Hello, hello, all my yarny friends. It's Teresa with Critters Crochet. How is everyone today? I can't believe it. I feel like I've been away from you guys for forever. Turn my light on here. See if this helps. I forgot to turn it on. I feel like I've been away from you guys for forever. Camp was awesome. This video is going to be, it's just going to be a catch up video. It's going to be about a little bit about camp, a little bit about what I've been working on. Excuse me, I did not mean to yawn. I think I'm still a little out of it from camp, but I'm starting to get caught up. But I was going to look up something real quick, but I just thought I'd kind of get you caught up on what's going on, what I've got going on this week on the channel. Um, Let me check. I meant to check this before I got on here, and I just totally did not do that. Okay, here we go. That's what I needed. So I had an amazing time at camp. Uh, I didn't go as a counselor this year. I usually go and stay with the kids um, in a cabin and as a counselor. Didn't do that this year. I came as a visitor. Um, I stayed at my daughter's house. She lives about 40 minutes from camp. Stayed at her house and drove in each day. And my great friend Angie, she heads up the arts and crafts for the week, and so I just came in and I hung out with everybody, had fun with everybody, and then I helped Angie with arts and crafts and did arts and crafts with the kids, and then stayed till around 7 o'clock or so in the evening and went back to my daughter's house, and I did that each day, and it was a lot of fun, and got to see all my people and reconnect and just had an amazing week studying the Word of God and singing and just fellowship, and it was just an amazing week, and I thoroughly needed it. My 1 week of the year to recharge, and it was much needed, and I can't wait till next year. So while I was at Megan's, I took some chenille yarn with me. I worked on my Battle of the Stitches and finished that project and worked on some other things when I was at her house. But I'll show you. Um, I am so sorry. I apologize. This is going to happen. It just is. This is me. So I looked up Ella, no catchy name. I looked up and watched her video for the loaf cat, and I made a loaf cat. I didn't bring black yarn with me to camp, so I have to add the whiskers on later, but I haven't done that yet, so I've got to add on the whiskers. But I think he turned out so cute. And so I'm doing a vendor event on the 4th of July, and so I'm going to make a bunch of these. I've got probably let's see. I've got probably 6 different colors of chenille yarn, and I think I got one. It's the chunky parfait chunky. I think I got one cat out of a half, so I think I can get 2 cats out of a skein. Not real sure about that, but close to 2. So that'll give me 12 cats. So I'm planning on making a bunch of these. This took no time. Her tutorial, and I'll link her tutorial in the description box, but her tutorial is really good, and this went together super fast. So I made some. I'm going to make some of these, and then I bought some stress balls, and I will link. I can't remember the person's name, and I apologize to the creator, but I watched her video to make these, but I made these little stress ball covers with the Bernat blanket yarn. Squeeze and it comes out. These take about, and I'll link the pattern for these. It's a video tutorial for these. I'll link that also in the description box. But this takes about 15-20 minutes to make one. It's super easy. It's just circles. Increase up to 24. Make a mouth. decrease back up to 6 and close it up with the ball inside, and you squeeze it. So I'm going to make up a bunch of these. I've got 30 stress balls, so I've already made 3, so 27 to go. So I'm making those. Um, and then let's see, who else was it? Nikki from Nikki's Homemade Crafts. I have some green chenille, and she has the cutest pattern for a no-sew frog. I'll link that one too. And so I'm making some frogs. And then I have 2 Rubbermaid tubs in the other room that are full of shawls and scarves and and all kinds of odds and ends that I have made over the last year or two. And they're just taking up tons of space. And so all those tubs are going to go with me. And I'm hoping I'm going to sell some of that stuff too. So anyway, I'm going to be just busting it out the next few days, working on all of that and getting ready for that 4th of July vendor event. So, I didn't do a video. I don't think I did a video Thursday or Friday because camp and getting back. And I wanted to make a video when we got back, but my mom's health is not really good. And as soon as I got back from camp, I had to take care of mom. So I just ask you guys to pray for her because she's just not doing well. My sister, while I was at camp, my sister had to take her to the doctor. She got really sick, and she has a severe UTI. I mean, he said very, very severe. And so they've got her on a high dosage antibiotic, and to clear that up, she's very weak. Um, Probably from the infection. She's super weak. She's not thinking clearly. And she gets this way when she gets really sick. She dehydrates easily, and then she doesn't think clearly. She's not very coherent, and so she's really struggling right now. We had to go over. She fell yesterday. Bless her heart. She fell yesterday. She's okay. She's got a cut on her right pinky finger. And she's a little sore and bruised up, but no broken bones. She's okay. And she's having a really hard time getting up and down. So she's struggling. So prayers, good thoughts, whatever, just send them her way. And I would appreciate each and every one of them. She has decided, because when she fell, guys, this is the scary part. She was going out she has Walmart, her groceries delivered to her home. Well, they don't bring the groceries into the house. So she has outside on the doorway. She lives in a duplex. So she's got this little 2-bedroom duplex, her side of the duplex that she lives on. And she's got this tiny little stoop outside her door that goes to the carport. And there's about 3 or 4 steps down to the carport. And they just left her groceries on those steps. They didn't put them up on the stoop next to the door. They lined them up down the steps. So she had to go down the steps to get her groceries. Well, she said when she was going to the last step, her legs gave out on her and she fell. And according to the time that the groceries that I saw on her phone, based on the time that the groceries delivered, she laid out there for an hour. And luckily, I mean, that was bad enough. Her next door neighbor, he came home and he heard her. She was screaming, "Help me." And he heard her, and he came over and helped her up. And at about the time he's helping her up, he went inside and got her phone because she didn't have her phone on her. Even though we tell her, take it no matter where you're going, have that phone with you. You never know. She didn't take it with her. And that's why she laid out there for so long, because she didn't have any way to call. So he ran into the house, got her phone, and we were pulling into her driveway at the same time that she called to tell us she fell. So we got there about the same time that her neighbor got back, and it just sent chills all up and down me, thinking, what if we hadn't come over to check on her? What if the neighbor was gone for a day or two? How long? I mean, I don't even want to think about how that would have turned out. It just scares me to death. And it scared her enough that she realized, because we've been wanting her to get a life alert, and she's like, I don't need that. I can get around just fine. She's been very no, not doing that. And so this scared her enough that we didn't bring it up, she did. And she said, I think I need to get that life alert. Because this is something that she can wear around her neck, and it's on all the time, and she doesn't have to worry about, oh, I forgot my cell phone, or it's there and she can just push a button. So we're checking into that now and seeing what we can do to get that for her. Because I don't know, y'all, we're trying to make it to where she can be in her own home for as long as she can. And yeah, so we shall see how things happen with her. I'll keep you guys updated on her, but prayers for her would be very much appreciated. Let's see, anything else? Oh, let's talk about this week. Today, this video is going to probably be up around 9 o'clock or so. So at noon today, this is Monday, this is Monday the 23rd. So today at noon, 12 p.m. Central, 1 o'clock Eastern, I will be going live with Lori from Lori's Stories and Crochet. Sorry, I said that backwards. On her channel. I'll have it linked in the description box where you can click on it. Make sure you go over there and click the notification for that live. Lori and I will be going live. I'll be on her channel, and we are going to be talking about crocheting on a budget. So, and how showing you ways and tips and tricks and things that you can do to be to be to engage in crochet without spending your life savings. Okay, without you can do crochet without spending a ton of money. So we're going to show you how to do that. So that's going to be fun. I wanted to also let you know that Shannon from the Spoony Stitcher, she is going to have a live today, and she is going live tonight at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, and she is going to be doing a Lady and the Tramp 70th anniversary party. It's going to be fun. I'm pretty sure she's going to be in costume, so you don't want to miss that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I will get the link and also link her live, and I will link the live that I'm doing at 12 o'clock this afternoon with Lori. I'll link both of those lives. Tomorrow is, let me pull that up. Tomorrow we will be doing the next learning style. And let me see here. That will be the combination learner. So stay tuned for that tomorrow to see what that means. The combination learner. Wednesday is, oh, I think is that the live? Okay, I got my calendar right here. Yes, Wednesday is the live for Battle of the Stitches, where we will be revealing whose project got the most votes. So that's coming at 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern on my channel. We will be going live for Battle of the Stitches to reveal whose project got the most votes and who is the winner. We're going to pick out of all that voted. And this time, instead of you getting the project that got the most votes, you get to pick from all 4 projects, and you get to pick which one you would like to win. So that's going to be fun. If you haven't voted yet, go to Heather's channel, Strings and Threads, and her post for voting, and make sure you vote and leave a comment so you can be entered in the drawing for tomorrow's voting. Let's see what else. Excuse me. And then Thursday, I'm not sure what's going to happen on Thursday for the video. We shall see. I think I may have another book that I'm going to review possibly. But Thursday night, Shannon and I are going to be live again Thursday night. And I think, let me look on my calendar here. Yeah, we're going to be live Thursday night. We're just doing a crochet and chat. We're not, we don't have anything specific topic to talk about. We're just going to chat and crochet. So join us for the live and get you a project and something to drink, maybe a snack, and just sit and crochet and chat with Shannon and I Thursday night. That starts at 7:30 here on my channel, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. And Friday will just be a catch up. I'll probably show you what I've been working on through the week for the vendor event and see what I've completed, and we'll talk about that. Shannon and I, starting in July, we are going to do every Thursday in July. Her and I are going to put up a video, and we're going to go back to basics. We will be announcing this in more detail in the next few days, but we are going to do a back to basics video each Thursday in July and possibly in August, where we are going to just go back to basics. We are going to start with our first video is going to be about the slip knot and making a chain. And then the next Thursday, we're going to do a slip stitch and a single crochet. And then we're just going to build up basic stitches and basic techniques each Thursday, starting in July. So that's something fun that we think we should do. I know I have some new subscribers that are new to crochet and some interest in people learning to crochet. So that's that, and I think she does too. And so that's why we've decided to do this. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. I can't think of anything else. Also, guys, while you're praying for my mom, say a special prayer for Shannon from the Spoonie Stitcher. She's not feeling well. Um, she's battling with a lot of stuff right now. So please pray for her that she feels better, and hopefully she'll be able to join me on the live Thursday. Um, if not, you can sit and chat with me Thursday. But we are going to be in prayer that God heals her and that she will be able to join us for the live on Thursday. So that's pretty much it. I've got to get off of here because I've got some errands to run in town since I've been gone all for a week, and I need to go and check on my mom and see how she's doing this morning. So I'll keep you guys posted on everything, and I hope you guys have a magnificent Monday. And if you're in the South, try to stay cool. We are under a heat advisory for the whole week. Um, I think today the heat index could get to 115. I mean, and you can tell it's already so hot out there at 8 o'clock this morning. It was insane. So if you're in those areas where summer has full-fledged kicked in, um, keep water, keep hydrated, and try to stay as cool as you can. So I will see you tomorrow for our next installment of learning styles and how they connect to crochet. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.